All right, it's been a long time coming, this recipe, you guys. We are gonna show you how to do the most amazing whole roasted vegan tofu with brown rice. Hey, welcome back to the Wicked Kitchen. You guys, I am gonna show you today how to do the best whole roasted vegan tofu. Yeah, I know, all tofu is vegan. I just like to say it over and over again because it is, and I'm proud to be vegan, I'm proud to be plant-based, and I'm proud as hell not to be having any animals in my food. I'm also gonna show you guys the amazing how to cook best brown rice recipe that we just did. If you click on this link here, we're gonna use that in this recipe as well. I am gonna think about what I have here. So look, they sell these 3 packs. I don't know how to juggle it, or I would, but I have to get them all over the place. So we have yellow, red, and green. You can use all of one color, but I like the colors of the rainbow. We got some spinach, we have an onion, and we have some mushrooms. So let's just get right into it, all right? I have this bowl here. I want to get the tofu in the oven first because we're going to do a whole roast. So, 1 big extra firm block of delicious tofu, all right? And it's up to you how you want to slice it. I'm going to take this right. I'm just going to slice it once, and it's going to be half. So it's going right in the bowl, just like this. You guys, this is really simple. Some people have a real hard time with cooking tofu. I want you to know how easy it is and how comfortable you should feel with it. I tend to use the extra firm for a lot of these recipes because it holds together really well. So if you can find a good brand that you like in the store, we sell quite a few of them in Tesco. Just pick it up. I tend to have 4 or 5 of them in the fridge at any one time just to do meals. All right, so I'm adding about a teaspoon of oil. I just want the oil on there to coat it so the spices and seasonings stick. So I'm just gonna rub it down a little bit. All right, my hands are gonna be dirty. It's rubbed down with oil, and now it's seasoning. You can add any seasoning you want. You can do barbecue, you can do steak seasoning, you can do chicken seasoning. If you've seen some of the other videos before, you know, we have some links over here to the other videos that use these different kinds of spices. This is a spice blend, and it says pork seasoning. There is no animal product in it. I'm working on getting a label that's changing the name of that, but for now, we're gonna use it. It's just a certain blend of sage, onions, salt and pepper, that's it. So I'm gonna just coat this. I'm gonna do liberal. It's probably a good 2 to 3 tablespoons, all right? And don't be shy because whatever's in the bowl left over, we're gonna season some of the vegetables with it too, so it's okay if once it falls off. So I just wanna make sure I'm coated around. And I might even add a little bit of black pepper. So probably a good ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Now, if you don't like black pepper, don't add it. I particularly like it. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, so it's a pinch is probably ½ teaspoon. And then I'm also gonna add about a ¼ teaspoon of granulated garlic. All right, so that's nice right there. I'm just gonna wash my hands quick. So I'm gonna light the stove just to light the cast iron pan, you guys. Huge fan of cast iron pans. Lighten this. This is well seasoned already from some of the other videos. Once I learn how to talk, from some of the other videos that you've seen us do, you know I like to use cast iron pans. So I'm heating this one up right now. Why don't I turn it on first? Why don't I press it down so it turns on? Okay. So while that heats up, you can throw this in the oven just like it is if you want. I tend to like it a little bit more crusty. It gives it that eye appeal that I'm looking for. The drool-worthy quality, I call it. So that seared, brown, golden, delicious, crispy edges, that's what I'm looking for in this recipe. So we're gonna heat that pan up. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna just prep some of the veg. So we have these beautiful colored peppers, and I'm just gonna slice each side down one. This is how I do it here. And then cut it right in half, and then discard this. So we'll have yellow. I'll do the red same exact way. Try and use as much as possible. Discard the rest of it. Right. Green one, same. Now, like I said, you can use any one color. If you're looking for a particular theme or color, you can use any color bell pepper you like. I tend to like the rainbow colors. So as a chef, you know, I was always taught to take this middle part out. You don't have to do that. It's just an extra step. I'm gonna do it because because I'm a freak, and there's some habits that don't die so easy. So I'm just gonna take this part out. I had a chef when I was younger tell me that it was a bitter spot and nobody wants to see the white part in it. So that's the only reason why I'm doing that, okay? There's no other reason for that. You don't actually have to do it if you're cooking at home. And I'm waiting for the pan to heat up, so. Okay, so that's good right there. I am gonna dice these, not dice them, but chop them. So I cut them in half again, and then I'm gonna cut them in another, because I want them to be pretty good sized pieces. Same side on the other side. Same with the red ones. Half, half again. Half, half again. That one's fine. It's a little piece. Move this up. I like to do 2 at a time. Feel free to do 1 at a time. Always be careful, sharp knives. Half, half again. Half, half again. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna move this out of the way. So this pan should be hot enough now. I am gonna add a little bit of the oil, probably a good tablespoon. And now this is great. You can tell it's nice and hot. So I'm gonna add the tofu right to it. So make sure that oil gets in there. All right. The seasoning that is on the tofu. We're not cooking with animals here. There's no cross-contamination. I'm adding the peppers right to this bowl. There's benefits to not cooking with animals, besides saving the lives of animals and eating healthier. All right, peppers are in there. I am gonna just add just a little bit of oil, just enough so I can add a little bit of seasonings and that they'll stick to it, all right? It's not much. It's like a quarter of a teaspoon. And I'm just gonna toss that around just to coat them. They're gonna pick up the rest of that seasoning that was in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of granulated garlic. I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm not gonna season these too much. Kind of want the flavor of the veg. We have a lot of flavor in the roast tofu. As that goes. All right, so we're gonna, this on the side. I'm gonna do an onion. I'm gonna add about half an onion to this. You could add the whole thing. I'm not gonna make too much more. I will have leftovers for tomorrow. I tend to always make enough, so there's always leftover dishes. But I don't need to have so much onion in it, so I'll just set this aside and use that in another recipe. And for this onion, cut it in half, and then I'm gonna cut it in thirds. All right, and then I'm just gonna break it up and put it right in here with the onions. So peppers, onions, classic combination, at least in America where I'm from. Super colorful, delicious. I'm just gonna toss this really easy. And now, you see this part here. Just gonna, remember this pan is super hot, always use a towel. So I'm gonna put that on the edge there. What I wanna do now, you guys, I'm gonna move this to the side. is the mushrooms. So I'm gonna halve these. So these are chestnut mushrooms. We sell them in Tesco. Most retailers sell them. These particular ones are from Smithy Mushrooms, a good friend of mine up in Lancashire. We are at Smithy Mushrooms in Lancashire, United Kingdom. Lancashire? Lancashire?
Lancashire.
Lancashire? Lancashire?
Lanka.
Lancashire?
Just Lanka.
Lanka.
Lancashire.
Shire.
Don't say Shire.
Once I learn how to pronounce it, I will try to say it the right way. Sorry if I'm not saying it the right way. I'm just gonna cut these in half. So really quickly, half the mushrooms. Okay. This is a fair amount. Mushrooms tend to shrink up a little bit, and I really want to show how to properly cook mushrooms. So many people have been telling me, oh, I don't like mushrooms, I don't like the way they're cooked, they're mushy, they're slimy, they're this or that. You guys, they were the same way when I was growing up. I just don't think people knew how to cook them as well. So I want to show you how I cook them and how I think they are the best. All right, so we have the tofu going. I have a plain baking sheet, and I always use parchment paper on top. Easy cleanup. It just makes for cleanup like that so much easier. So I have this ready to go. And what I'm gonna do, what are my tongs, my towel, two things I always have on me. So you'll see, I just want you to see that sear on each side, right? It's really beautiful. It's great. So that is a nice crispy crust. It's got that charred element. I know that's gonna taste delicious. So I'm gonna put this right in the middle here. And so while that pan is hot, I'm gonna add these mushrooms right to it. And I'm gonna try to, while the pan's hot, I'm gonna try to just face them all down quick, if you can. You don't have to do it. You can just throw them in and not worry about it. But I like to do as much as possible, face down in the pan. Man, the mushrooms smell delicious already. And they're just gonna soak up all those juices from the tofu, and a little bit of oil is in there. In fact, it's a little dry, so I am gonna add a little oil because I didn't toss these like I did with the peppers and onions. So I'm just gonna try to keep it to a minimum. It's about a teaspoon. Swirl it around a little bit. And so, if you have another pan, I like to use our patented pressing technique with the 2 cast iron pans right on top, right? And I'm just gonna smush a little bit of effort, not too much. This is gonna help the whole searing process, all those mushrooms face down. It's gonna be nice, golden brown. It's gonna look fantastic on the plate, and that flavor is gonna be like next level. So if you saw how we cooked the oyster mushroom steak, which you can find on this link right over here, this is the same method, the pressing method. Now, as you know from watching that video, the mushrooms have a lot of moisture, and the moisture will start coming out. So you can hear that water in there mixing with the oil and really frying them. Now, I'm gonna use this. And you can see the water just dripping off here. Like that. And it smells delicious, you guys. I love the smell of mushrooms cooking. It's just fantastic. So let's see what one looks like. And you can see the color in that with the little charred bits of spices that were in there. That is going to be delicious. And we're just going to let that cook for another minute. Literally a minute. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir it. You guys, this is perfect. Look at these mushrooms. They have so much color, and you know they're just gonna be packed with flavor. They're not slimy, they're not gross. These are super delicious, perfect way to cook mushrooms. Just another minute right there. You can practice playing the tongs. I got good at this when I used to work on the line in the restaurant. Okay, so this going right on here. All right, one pan, one roast. So we get the mushrooms going. Next, I'm just gonna add the peppers and onions right to it. You guys, this is how I cook every night. It's super simple, 30 minutes or less. Crazy. You just, once you get good and a little bit faster at prepping the vegetables, the meals go, the prep time just goes faster and faster. So we got the whole roasted tofu, we got these delicious mushrooms. I'm just gonna do a quick sear on the peppers and onions. I don't have to sear it that much because this is all gonna go in the oven and roast. And I'm gonna roast it for about 10 to 12 minutes. And that roast will cook the rest of this really nicely, finish off the mushrooms, and then it'll also crisp up and really add some nice flavor to the peppers and onions here. What I want to do is, because there's so much flavor in this pan, that's why I'm adding the peppers and onions. After this, the peppers and onions will come back. I'm going to finish it off spinach in there, and then the spinach will finish the dish. Look, if you want, one of the things you can do while you're doing this is we can press it if you want, again. So I like to press all kinds of things in the pan. It's not just limited to mushrooms. So as far as this, really to get a nice crispy coloring on all those sides that are face down in that heat, on that hot side, searing. You can hear that deliciousness just crackling right now. It's amazing. It's just the next level skill, you know, that really adds so much flavor that it's hard to beat. I'm using a little bit more effort with this one because I know that peppers and onions are not gonna squish out all over the place, so just a little bit more effort in there. Okay. Nice, beautiful, you guys. So, I like my veg to all be al dente, have a little bit of crunch to it. I don't like overcooked vegetables. I'm not into mushy veggies that Grandma might have made. I want fresh, vibrant, full of color, crunch, nice bite to them. So this is perfect for me right now, and we'll finish them off in the oven. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this right to the oven, just like it is. Feel good? I feel good. You feel good? I feel great. So, spinach. Let's just finish it off while that pan's hot. Spinach is in. I'm shutting off the heat. I'm gonna start to clean up. I'm just gonna leave that spinach there for 1 minute, clean up the station.
Whoops, someone's coming. They aren't waiting to see who, and neither are we.
So you guys, I'm bringing in, I want a sauce with this recipe. And the sauce, I can eat it plain. I eat a lot of things very plain, but sometimes you want a sauce. So I have this amazing barbecue sauce, and it's literally just barbecue. So what I want to do is it's already warm. I'm just going to drizzle that onto the tofu, the roast tofu that's in the oven. I sometimes forget what I'm doing halfway through it. So as soon as that comes out, that's the sauce I'm gonna use. It goes great with gravy. This would be an amazing holiday dish. You can use gravy. We can make a white gravy.
There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp.
Peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that was sent her into going crazy. She said, "You stop naming nuts."
Shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
Some of these recipes we have already if you check out our other episodes. Also in our cookbook, the Wicked Healthy Cookbook, we have plenty of sauces and gravies in there. Any sort of sauce you like will work with this dish. So with the spinach, I'm just looking to wilt it. And we'll wait for the other, those stuff in the oven. All right, so this pan's hot. I'm just gonna let it sit here. And remember, you guys, we have the brown rice. The how to cook the perfect brown rice is in the other link, so make sure you watch that. And this is the rice. We're gonna have that, and we're gonna plate this up in a matter of 5 minutes.
Snookums here is a motherly little old lady squirrel with quite a talent for babysitting. This patriotic little fella earned his name, Sousa. It's the stars and stripes forever for him.
In the oven, it smells delicious. Let the heat go out. All right, you guys, this is fantastic. So, there you have it right here. You could put this right down on the kitchen table, just like this if you want. Obviously, I don't have that luxury to do today, so I am gonna plate it up. I'm gonna plate up one for myself and then a couple for the next few meals. So this is also part of meal prep. One of the things I encourage you to do, which I like to do, is to make enough for extra meals. It really helps for how busy I've been lately and just having meals in the fridge that I can pull. So it's definitely part of this whole meal prep thing. And let me see. Just gonna move this here for a minute. Got the tofu. Just gonna slice tofu. All right, so just so you can see it's really hot, all right? So just slice, perfect. Three. So if I figure 3, try to get 6 out of each slice, all right? So that'll be 4 servings. Get that one right there. And this, it's really hot. 2. Okay, awesome, done and done. So this, I'm just gonna move to the side here and put it actually back on the pan. Hot, 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 hot. I find it once you, if you just keep saying hot, 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 it, for some reason, feels better. Hot, 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 hot. Okay. So, let's get to plating. Favorite part. One really nice plate for my dinner, and then check this out. Oh, perfect right there. Okay, so the brown rice. I just removed the bay leaf that I had in the brown rice. And another quick stir. It's still hot. So we got the brown rice on there, right? And I'm just gonna do them all. So what I like to do is just 1, 2, 1, 2 2 spoonfuls in each. Right. So a little bit of peppers and onions. Right. Nice, colorful, beautiful. And same with the other dishes, okay? I'm just gonna take you right through all of them. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. And these are hot. You can wait till it cools down, but obviously I'm doing a video, so I'm gonna have to do it and show you. The great thing about this, you guys, is if I'm hungry later, I'll just come back, grab another one of these dinners and eat it. It's perfect. I'll bring one for lunch tomorrow to work. Yes. Okay, so we get that. Clean towel. Sorry, mind you, I just like to have clean towel folded near me. Mushrooms. These mushrooms are delicious, perfectly cooked. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of the baby spinach. So I might not have enough spinach for the meals to go around, but it's gonna be perfect for this dish. So get the mushrooms, spinach, the sliced tofu, which we'll take these 3 slices right here, right on top. All right, it looks precious. And then, just to finish this off, actually, here's where I have to take a breath because I have so much going on and I want to show you guys everything. So I will finish this in 1 second. Let me do this one really quick. Finish 1. Mushrooms in each one, so I have them ready to go. Then I can just sit down and enjoy dinner. 2. Okay. And 3 slices in each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Look at these meals, they look freaking fantastic. 1, 2, 3. I could make a living at making these ready meals. Oh, and the spinach. And we could finish the spinach. Just a little bit in there for color. Let's put it right here. A lot of it is aesthetics, guys, how it looks. Make it look beautiful. People want to eat it. Okay, so that's that. Clear this off. Now for the sauce. It's just the barbecue sauce right here. And just a quick drizzle. Same with on here. So again, you guys, I'm just gonna remind you, you can use gravy for this sauce, you can use a teriyaki sauce. It's a pretty neutral meal with as far as flavorings and seasonings that can go with anything. So teriyaki, a gravy, white gravy, a red sauce, whatever you like, just sriracha sauce. Sometimes I just do straight sriracha. It's all up to you. And so for the final touch, I'm just gonna grab a quick green herb. I have some amazing coriander here. You can use parsley, you could use anything you want in here. You could use fresh thyme. Let's get 1, 2. All right, so these are the meals to go for tomorrow. And then this is my dinner tonight. Boom. All right, perfect. There you go. It is the vegan whole roasted tofu with rainbow stuff. So whatever the title is that says up there, because I totally lost my train of thought. Enjoy it, you guys. Meals for tomorrow, the next day, and tonight. Enjoy. We'll see you in the next episode. Whole roasted tofu, rainbow. Yeah, exactly.